I feel really weird being on this. Feels different. It's like a whole new angle and all kinds of whatever. I don't know. And appreciate the person who got this, because this is a laptop. So I appreciate them. They know who they are. Very grateful. So I want to speak on. I'd like to speak on. I like speaking. On quiet quitting life. I hear about quiet quitting a lot when it comes to having a job or something. But I noticed that people kind of do that with life. They kind of just fade into the background, into, nothingness. And I, for the most part, when I get on here, I like to mainly speak about awarenesses. And I find it very interesting that people kind of just, like, I noticed it, because so what I mean is, you hear, right, like, the whole rat race, the 9 to 5, then you die. You know what I'm saying? Real simple, like, right? But people don't speak on I see it. So I say, for me, it looks like quiet quitting when a person doesn't have too many creative endeavors outside of what they do for their job. Some people are fortunate enough to have their creative, endeavors be their job, But from my perspective, it looks like quiet quitting life, to where, you had a lot of aspirations, you had dreams, and you wanted to do all kinds of whatever things, right? And then somewhere along the line, you just kind of stop, And I can, have this be a testament to me, because I would see myself, because I what I'm saying, the most I like to do is like temp jobs or like odd jobs or something, different, that doesn't have to really necessarily tie me down in my mind to resumes and, having like history, what I'm saying, or whatever like that, and having, I don't really care for it all. But there's certain things, is my deal is, that doesn't speak to the corporate world. It doesn't speak to, these things don't come to me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's more so, hey, go do some weird stuff. Go do anything other than going just like work a 9 to 5. So that little, like, whatever inklings I have are potent at times, because it's hard to fight against it. It's hard, it's like, go to work, feel like crap, go to park or some type of convention or, little function, party, get together, what have you, make something, do something, feel awesome, feel great, because, what I'm saying, it's not just some monotonous type of, like, whatever have you. Like, my spirit, my soul just speaks against it, what I'm saying? We like doing anything else. So with people, though, which I get, once again, you need a job, you need to make money, you need to do things, what I'm saying? You gotta do something to do something to do something to get something. And I get that. But the problem I have is that there are way too many, like, we have to look, because I look at it as a collective. We have to look at everybody as a whole. I get everybody is not supposed to be hunky-dory happy 24 goddamn 7. That makes sense to me. Okay. But nobody really feel fulfilled. Like, I get that there's supposed to be a bunch of experiences happening, and we got a lot of, things to work through, but the whole point is that now, in this lifetime right now, is the time to really work on it and not think, oh, YOLO, there's no life after this. There's not even, the afterlife, I believe, I see is just this again. And whatever thing you go through before you get back to this again, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that journey is to this again, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's odd that not everybody's secure. Not everybody, like, I get we have to go through certain things, and we're in this, like I said, this is a school, this realm is a school of karma and things like that, and you have to build yourself up or up. You have to, accumulate and like I said, shed and all that stuff. You have to find different outlets and things that are for you, whatever. So it's like interesting to me that people have a hard time, because it's like you know what I'm saying, like, because it stems from something to where you're not taking care of your kids, you're binging something, whatever it may be, you have no, saying, real direction or control over certain things that you may do that you don't want to do, but you still do them. You don't have that many creative outlets. You don't really have a lot of support or structures around you to make it all make sense and things like that, or people to tell you, no, you dumbass, you don't know what you mean, this is what you could do, or whatever, I need to stay out of this, but you need to know that these are, blah, 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 things are, so it's like, so people have something, so that means to me that they don't have a real goal, they don't have anybody that supports them. They don't have, what I'm saying, for things to be so awry, for so many people to just go, oh, I guess I'll just do my 9 to 5. Oh, I guess I'll just, oh, I guess I'll just do this for them. Oh, and not go, hey, I still got a whole life to live. I ain't got nothing to do with none of this. I still am autonomous to the fullest degree. Watch me do me. Wee, And again, I get it, because I can see how it may be difficult inside your head because you only know what you know. But that's why it started to make a lot more sense to me to go outside of what I know and actually watch a lot of things that challenge what I know. Because, I can be delusional as I want to be, and sometimes I see it to be a benefit. So it's like, you know what I mean? I can see how it's difficult. You don't really know. You're in your own little world. But once I decided to step outside of that and see the little things and start to know, I can't really not, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't really, I'm doing this. I can't say that I'm not doing it, So, So, I mean, so back to, like, so if you have this thing going on to where, what I'm saying, you kind of just quiet quit. You kind of just live that life. Meaning you go to your work, you go to your wife, kids, or by yourself, whatever the case may be, or your friend's house, and you wait for tomorrow to come and see if you ain't gonna be there for it. That ain't it. That can't be it. There's no way it's it, People live this way. People are so afraid to explore themselves. Like I said, maybe one of those videos I made. Ask, somebody like, are you like willing to massage yourself? Are you willing to touch yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I don't do all that. So you telling me you ready to wax your carrot 24/7, but you ain't ready to explore your mind or the rest of your body? So you totally cool with just being in those natures. Nothing wrong with those natures. Trust it. I love it. But that's the goal. It's like, that's the only goal. You don't want to map out nothing else? There's a whole universe. There's a whole thing going on. There's a whole story to all of this. Toe to nose. There's something going on. And you don't want to know more? No more than just that. So, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you're doing your job, and you got maybe a little hobby that you do. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are you, like, what are you transforming? Like, who are you, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you fixing for yourself? What are you doing outside of just having a 9 to 5? Like, what are you doing outside of just having a like, there's no way you want to quite quit that, like, there's no way you want to quite quit that bad. Like, there's more to life than just, well, I'm gonna die tomorrow, hopefully not. Like, you don't want to teach nothing, you don't want to show nothing, you don't want to say nothing, you ain't got nothing to do, like nothing. Because, I bring this up, and I write everything, there's not really a basis, but it's interesting to me that the same people 10, 20 years ago were telling me, hey, man, you know what I mean? Hey, man, you don't need to be, hey, man, hey, you don't need to be doing all that. Hey, you need to be doing this. Hey, there's no way you're happy doing this and not building up a future like I think it should look like. Those same people are now still, like, they, I've known some people have no job. No, you know what I'm saying? And now, they have no life, no friends, no lifestyle. And now also no creative outlet, because they never decided to go, well, maybe I should, try something else, anything else. And so I find it interesting that those same people have no job, and the same, like I said, it's not for everybody to want to live this, the lives I live, or the things that I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's not for everybody to want to do what I do. I don't even know what I do or why I do what I do when I do what I do. I just do what I do when I end up where I did it, you know what I'm saying? I'm there, and that's what it be. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's no direction to it in a weird way, even though there isn't. There's a madness to this method. So it's like, but like I say, I'm on a creative journey. I'm on these journeys, and I just see these people that told me, hey, go to college. Get this job, like you normally hear and see. And you notice that even those people in those schools and things get burnt out. You notice that they don't really want to do what they're doing. They want to, like, get out. They're being drained by certain, sigils, symbols, structures, formations. There's a lot of things that people are being, that there's a lot being taken from them, and you don't really realize it, that they're not giving life, and they usually live for death, and they don't speak life. The whole rigmarole, like, I chose not to because I know that there's certain things out there. Like, I know I'm not, I'm not speaking to everybody when I talk like this. But, you know what I mean, dude? It's like, I've seen it too. It's like, dude, I get it. Yeah, I could just go, and maybe now, whatever now, but because I know now a little more. I know a little more than what I would have going in as young as I was, not realizing that these schools, Theta Kappa, Dappa, Wappa, Crappa, Zappa, Tappa, who the fuck, after all these dudes stomping up the yard and creating these rituals and things like that, and you don't even, you know what I'm saying? You just blindly follow along, man, and it's like, you don't know what you're setting yourself up for. You don't know why you got in that car crash or that thing happened to you, or you know what I'm saying? You're like, what the, and your whole life is in a whirl when you're losing stuff, people leaving, what's going, you know what I'm saying? And you just trying to figure it all out. Your parents are doing this, and you can't. You caught up, you know what I'm saying? You caught up, bro. And it's like, and it always seems to me that most of the people, and there's maybe like a certain few people that are like cool with school, and maybe it's their energy that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it speaks to their family or something like that, to when they go to school, it gives them energy. It makes them feel good. They love being there. They probably got somebody that owns part of it or something. Some of the case may be to where it's their energy to be there. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's energy matches with the places they go to, yet they want to follow a crowd. They want to follow a symbol, a sigil, a form, a color, shape, whatever have you. They want to follow these things. Don't realize that that's literally what they're doing. Sigma Phi Kappa Appa Kappa Kappa. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole deal, and they be in it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they be in it, bruh. And it's like, you don't realize it, because you tell them that. You tell a person, hey, you just follow symbols, you know what I'm saying? Symbols, I'm not you some type of witch, warlock, symbols. What does that even mean? But you're gonna cast a spell too late. Somebody got you. What you mean? I ain't gotta do nothing. Somebody already did it to you. You already in the spell. You talking to me like, I was even speaking, because like I was on Instagram and there's one comment of this dude, and it's like him saying something like, because I broke down. Of course, it's an opinion, yes, in a weird way. It's still just an opinion, even though I feel like I'm speaking on something that's real when it comes to spirituality and stuff like that, right? And I said what I said about something like that, and I was just breaking it down, and he said, because I was speaking on like the mind and heaven and hell, and it pretty much being like you pretty much live in heaven and hell within yourself, like in your mind. So if you're going through certain things, doing certain paths, going through certain patterns, and you put that all together, it's going to lead up to a person that would, an entity you would call, those patterns that you do are enveloped through you, right? Or what you would call Satan, a demon, a thing, right? So I was just speaking on heaven and hell in the mind, right? And that being like, you know what I'm saying? And because the dude asked, is this hell? Like, is what we're living in hell? Like this thing that we, life or whatever. And I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's mainly speaking on, we got to like clear the air of what we mean by hell. But it's hellistic natures and things like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's your passions and your motivations, and it's how you drive certain things, right? Like, what are you driving? Are you driving for God? Are you driving for nothing? Are you an atheist? Are you driving, you know what I'm saying? Are you driving for Satan or whatever other demonic thing like that, Lucifer, whatever? You have to know these different entities, and what they really mean and all that other stuff, of course. But if you break it down, it's just the states that we put ourselves in, you know what I'm saying? And so I just was trying to like, hey, you know what I mean? And he was like, the first thing he said or something, it was whatever, but it was just like a whatever comment. And I was just like, it seems to be you gonna be there a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, and what I meant by that, but nobody really ever asked me, but it's like, that your comment, because he was like, no, that's not a thing. That's just pseudo, that's just whatever the thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the thing is. He's like, that's not a thing. That's a theory or whatever. And it's just like, dude, it's your mind. Trust me. And that's why I said, you might be there a minute. You're gonna be in hell a minute. My meaning is that he didn't give help on business. He didn't teach anything. He didn't give a new way of politics. He didn't entertain me. He didn't do any, you know what I'm saying? That's 5. It's one of the business, he didn't do none of them. So if we as humans, right, have some type of mission in some way, shape, form, or fashion, where we all gotta spiritually meet together at some point, make it all make sense for all of us, so we don't have to have the Babylon thing. It all just makes sense again, right? For all of us. How is it that your comment, not, oh, that's interesting, could you explain it? Not, oh man, all right, that don't make sense, but how can you help me, with my business or something with that? Could it actually do that? How can you, there was no inquiries of like, anything. It's just, that can't be real. That's not true. You don't know. And then it just stops the conversation dead there. There's no opening for anything. You know what I mean? And so that's what I mean when it comes to like hellistic natures and states of being and things like that. Once again, shout out to Dolo, the pilot, man. This dude, man, it's all about that, bro. It's not like, because like I said, most people are so afraid of these natures that they don't want to learn about them to realize that is them. They don't even want to believe that that's them. They don't want to know that that's them, meaning that that's kind of what they do. You may not realize it, but do you need to be, doing that as much as you do? The way, you got kids around you and you got this going on and you got that. And this your 13,000 shot, you don't need to be, and you got life to live and things to take care of, and you got school in the morning and grandma to take care of, you got everything to live for, but right? So it's like, it's weird, like I said. So it's just interesting that that's what people go to. They go to the lower parts of life, essentially, because none of them is up here in the space where it's like, oh yeah, let me ask, let me want to know more, because now I'm putting myself even more into a hellistic state by, literally shunning people that are looking to better this place, or better, or to like get people to recognize and things like this, to be aware a little more. And so that's, again, why I bring all this up, and I like to post this now. I see you, but this is why I do it. It's just, man, it's like, dude, you don't have to. You could just, oh, that's cool, and then bounce. You could be whatever, but give me something to feed back off of, because you may not realize it, but you hurting people, because like, dang, another one that don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Another one that ain't really about it, ain't really there, ain't really for God, ain't really moving, for those good heavenly reasons and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like moving on that tip to say, oh man, I don't need to say that you don't know what you're talking about. I could just be like, oh, that's cool. Even if I don't even want to know, leave it at it's cool. But explain that. How do you even know that? I don't know that that's real. Give me some points and stuff like that. But like I said, I can't push on it. I can't. If it's over, it's over, dude. I'm not gonna like. And that's what I'm saying. People don't really, or you could realize, man, there's certain times where you just kind of, there's timing intact to life, and I'm learning that too. So it's like timing intact is huge. You just gotta know, man. You gotta know when to hold up, know when to fold, know when to walk away, know when to run. Better count your blessings Sitting at the table. That's right.